G.M.Dobrov Center for Scientific and Technological Potential and Science History Studies is the research institute of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine. History. The center's history dates from 1965, with the Department of Machine Methods for Processing of Science History Information at the Institute of History of the Academy of Sciences of the Ukrainian SSR. In subsequent years, the team of researchers supervised by G.M.Dobrov was doing research in the Institute of Mathematics, Institute of Cybernetics and the Council of Productive Forces of Ukraine of the Academy of Sciences of the Ukrainian SSR. In 1986 to 1991 the center was a functionally independent structural entity within the Institute for Superhard Materials. In 1989 the center was named after its founder, G.M.Dobrov, professor and correspondent member of the NAS of Ukraine. Since 1991 the center has been an autonomous scientific research institution within the Informatics Division of the NAS of Ukraine. Main fields of research: critical review of historic experiences, tendencies and social problems of science development in Ukraine in the global science development context, studies in contemporary methods of sociology and methodology of science and innovation research, studies on science and technology potential evaluation, analysis, science and technology policy design and delivery, scientometrics and webmetrics, studies of science and technology potential, studies in contemporary approaches to internationalization and globalization of R&D and innovation, foresight and forecasting, studies of science, technology and innovation, target complex research on the experienced performance, development prospects and the social role of the NAS of Ukraine. Coordination and training. The center coordinates theoretical, methodological and applied research in the above fields conducted in the NAS of Ukraine. The center has postgraduate courses in economics and national economy administration and in science and technology history. The center hosts 2 specialized scientific councils in the above specialties to award scientific degrees of Doctor of Sciences and Candidate of Sciences, with the 350 successful awards of scientific degrees. Conferences. Since 1966, biannual Kiev International Symposia on Science of Science and Science and AMP Technology Forecasting. Since 1989, annual Dobrov readings in commemoration of Gennady Mikhailovich Dobrov, founder of the Kiev Academic School on Science of Science, the first director of the center. Since 2001, international forum sponsored and supported by the UNESCO and the International Association of Academies of Sciences. The center is a co-organizer of annual international conference on innovation policies in Alashta, and the organizer of conferences on key issues of R&D and innovation studies. International science and AMP technology cooperation. Joint projects performed with research institutions from the EU, the CIS, other countries and international organizations. Researchers of the center are experts in international programs, members of the European Association of Research and Technologies, the European Association of Evolutionary Economy, the International Union of Scientometrics and Infometrics, the European Research and Education Program, members of editorial boards in scientific journals, education and science, technological learning, innovation and development, and others. Since 2011, the center has been the basic organization of the national contact point of the EU FP7 on research and technological development, on the priority area, social sciences and humanities. Publishing. Since 1993 a quarterly international journal, Science and Science of Science. Since 1998 Problems of Science, an interdisciplinary scientific journal. Since 1986, Essays on Natural Science and Technology History. Scientific departments. 1. Department for Science and Technology History, headed by Dr. Yuri Kramov, Professor. 2. Department for Methodology and Sociology of Science, headed by Dr. Valentin Onopriyenko, Professor. 3. Department for Systemic Studies of Science and Technology Potential, headed by Dr. Igor Yegorov, Senior Researcher. 4. Department for Problems of Innovation Development of Economy, headed by Dr. Vyacheslav Solovyov, Professor. 5. Department for Problems of Operation and Development Strategies of the NAS of Ukraine, headed by Dr. Oleg Grachev. 6. Joint Laboratory of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine and the NAS of Ukraine, on the problems of design and implementation of science and technology policy in Ukraine, headed by Dr. Alexander Popovich, Senior Researcher, Honored Figure of Science and Technology of Ukraine. Administration Director, Professor Dr. Boris Malitsky, Honored Figure of Science and Technology of Ukraine. Deputy Directors, Professor Dr. Vyacheslav Solovyov, Dr. Lydia Yukavunenko, Senior Researcher, Sergei Vasilenko. Logistics Scientific Manager, Dr. Olha Krasovska, Senior Researcher. Address: G.M.Dobrov Center for Scientific and Technological Potential and Science History Studies of the NAS of Ukraine. 60 Taras Shevchenko Boulevard, Kiev, Ukraine 01032. Links: Site of G.M.Dobrov Center for Scientific and Technological Potential and Science History Studies. About Center 1, About Center 2, About Center 3. Some editions of Center on a site NUKAINFORM. Row of reasons about activity of Center in the anniversary number of International magazine Science and Science of Science.